Welcome everybody, and we will be talking about information centers and how they can help your CI journey. Now, the first thing to say is these are so much more than just KPI boards, because they're the most boring things in the world. Information centers are the most exciting things in the lean world. And why do we say that? Well, the reason is that when we walk into organizations and we see KPIs being set up on walls, in fact, that's all they are, just a sad array of KPIs, usually a collection of lag measures that are pointing out some of the failures that have gone on in the organization. And we need to change that and make it so much more, make it a dynamic place where people feel that they belong and gives them a sense of purpose about the actions that they take. So the first thing with information centers is it provides a home for our values, the values of the company. The other thing it does is this framework of information centers in the organization provide a home for the operating system that we have adopted and are implementing. But more importantly, this is a place for our people to provide their thoughts and their innovations, and for them to be engaged in continuous improvement. So done well, this will improve the performance of the business year on year. It will provide the engagement that we're looking for with our employees. It will lift their capability as we develop them through the information center process, and it will provide them with the confidence that they need to make the changes that we're looking for. So with this, we get a daily conversation happening in the business at all levels, and enabling us to escalate where needed and to offer support. The great thing about information centers is that it is a very inexclusive club. Everybody is invited. We want everybody to participate and to provide input to improving the way in which we work. And this can only happen when we have information centers at all levels in the organization that are providing that alignment of where it is that we're going, and the measures are going to change clearly at the different points. But the most important thing of all is that we've made this a transformational organization. We've tipped this triangle upside down, where we're moving away from a directive command and control to one that is transformational, where we can, when people ask for help, we can offer the support that's needed in a coaching approach to making change. There are 3 sections to the Info Center, and these 3 sections appear at every level in the organization and in every function. So on the left-hand side, we talk about the strategy. So where are we going and what do we have to do to get there? In the middle, how are we doing? So how's the performance going right now? And on the right-hand side, what is it that we need to fix? What do we need to tweak if something's starting to go wrong? But also, this is the home for any ideas, innovations that we've got to improve the process. So on the left-hand side, we would expect to see the X table and a 90-day plan. So this quarterly plan for the strategic implementation. And if you think back to the value stream mapping, where we talk about what's our current state and where's the vision of where we're wanting to get to, that vision and the target conditions that we set, we would expect to find those in the X table and the 90-day plans that we've created. Then in the center, we've got our KPIs that go across the pillars of safety, quality, delivery, cost, people, and environment. And in there, we would expect to try and find the lead indicators that are going to help us to turn the dials on these KPIs. And then on the right-hand side, we've got a collection of our problem-solving activities, and also the ideas that we're generating to improve the standard. So in all, what we're trying to do from both sides of the information center, from the wings of the info center, from the left-hand side, this is the very large PDCA wheel that we're turning on a quarterly basis to make some chunky changes to the process. And from the right-hand side, these are the small, high-churn problems and ideas that we're identifying by the team to help us change the indicators, but both performing the same function of trying to improve our performance. So in summary, information centers, like we said, are so much more than just a KPI board. It's a proper nervous system for the organization that goes from the brain, the HQ of the business, all the way down the body through to the fingertips and the toes of the organization, making us so much more agile and able to react to the things that we face on a day-to-day basis. We're able to escalate issues as soon as we discover them and overcome them as a team. So it's a home for our values and our behaviors. We're able to cast the right shadow as leaders and become great coaches. It's very inclusive, and by its very nature starts to drive continuous improvement. And lastly, it's a home for our strategy and for our performance improvement.